What's up, y'all? Welcome back. Well, welcome to my first episode of my first podcast ever. It's called the Her Life Podcast. A quick rundown of what my podcast is going to be about. And yes, I got a microphone. Yes, I have one, been had one, just never used it, but here we are. This podcast is really going to be centered around my actual life, and I'll just talk about a lot of things that I go through, how I'm being guided by God, and I'll have guests eventually on here, and just, documenting my journey and anything that can make me the at least bit relatable. So that's what this is here for. I hope y'all here for a good time and not a long time though, not a long time. But go ahead and grab your snacks and let's just chill and catch a vibe. You feel me? The title down below, we'll be talking about finding peace in the things that a lot of the time that we think is for us. That's what I've been going through lately. I just like today I just came with like I just became at peace with at the way things are. Just let things be. Accept things for what they are. Because I'm not about to sit here and give myself a headache or try to control the things that didn't turn out right. Or if I talk to God about it and He told me it's going to be this way, but it looks another way, and I'm sitting here tripping. Sometimes you got to be at peace with that. You got to be at peace with the things that didn't work out for you, because if they were for you, it would have worked out. So I'm just starting to realize like I'm just coming to a moment where I'm just okay with the way things are. Like just accept it for as it is. Because you just never know how it's gonna turn out at the end. You don't know if you dodged a bullet. And I put on my TikTok and I had put out a video basically giving the same exact message I'm giving you guys now. I don't know, I've been going through like multiple scenarios in life, and at first like I would just be really upset about things just typically just not working out. It's just like I had to find peace within that. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to find peace within you getting rejected. Like a lot of times rejection is God's protection. God is protecting you from something. Or you can also have this perspective. God is protecting somebody from you. Like a lot of times we think just because we're being rejected in a situation that half of the time it's because God didn't want something for us. But what if God didn't want you for that person? What if you're the problem? So now you have to sit back and realize like, hey, and think, hey, am I the problem? Is there things that I still have to work on before I can get into a relationship? Would I be hindering this person from doing certain things? Do I have toxic traits that I still need to work on and heal on? Like you have to keep that perspective as well, and as of God guiding your heart. Hey, like I've been rejected before, believe it or not. Believe it or not, baby. Your girl has been rejected before. And I even been rejected at a young age. So like I feel like that's part of life. That's what comes with it. A lot of times, sometimes from other people's point of view, they're them projecting rejecting you can simply just be them saying, okay, like this is a good person. This is a really good person. This girl is amazing. She deserves the world, but I'm not ready for that. Because I had to have that perspective as well. Like sometimes some people are just not ready. They're not ready for the realness of life. They're not ready for that good person. They feel like they're not good enough. So of course, regardless of how you look at it, they're still gonna need that time to let go of those bad character traits and the things that they want to do. And I respect people more. Like I respect the man more if he just let the situation go and don't even try it. Don't be trying to run game. Like none of that. I respect it way more. And then we have the other point of view where you could be the problem. I don't care if you're a female or a male. You could possibly be the problem, and you could be what that person is protecting. Is that God is protecting from? Because you can have a lot of bad toxic traits that you're not aware of. If you were to get into a relationship with this person, whether you know it or not, or it doesn't matter how you feel, you can ruin that person's life. So it's like be okay with things not working out with the way that you want it to work out, because right now it could possibly just not be the time for that thing to happen. Like you have to accept that. So, and then I'm also realizing like just because you get a no, that doesn't mean that you won't get a yes later. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, and you just never know how things could turn out. Like I could be looking, for example, if I'm getting rejected, right? And I could be looking at it from a negative point of view, like, oh, he just don't like me, and he got another girl. A lot of times, it's not another woman. Believe it or not, it's not another woman. Half the time, it be about finance, especially if they want to do real life and they trying to build. Half the time, it's not about finances. I mean, it is about finances. It's not about another woman. It could possibly be finances and them just simply like, okay, like I want to give this person the world. What do I have to do? And what do I feel like I need to do to give this person the world? Because that's what I want to do for them. I want to be the best that I can be. Or how can I work on myself to be better for this person? And it might run through their mind like, okay, this person may not be around for long, or they might like it just, they got to have some type of hope too. But like it's not always what we think it is, like half of the time, especially as women. Because like for me, I am a extreme overthinker, and I hate that. I hate that I overthink things, because when I figure out what it is and I actually open my mouth and ask, it's not what I thought it was going to be. And it's just like I'm learning for my own peace of mind. It's just best if I open my mouth and communicate and ask versus me sitting here wondering and overthinking and getting myself psyched up, because I'm that type of person. Like I had anxiety for the first time at 19 years old and went through depression. So it's like in any given situation, my mind like thinks the ultimate worst, which is not good. I feel like one thing that people don't realize with me is that I'm a human being. Like I'm a human being. So many people look at me and think that my life is perfect, that I don't go through anything, that I don't know. There was only one person that walked this earth and had a perfect life and was a perfect person. His name is Jesus, and I am not him, okay? My life isn't perfect. I go through trials and tribulations just like everybody else, you know what I'm saying? So like for other people to think that I don't, it upsets me, and it's like it's crazy because you don't think I'm relatable. You feel me? So like it's like beyond me. But yeah, and I'm also learning too, like you have to be at peace with letting go of old friendships, like even current friendship, any kind of friendship that doesn't serve you. You have to be okay with letting that go. And I'm coming to my senses now to where like if you're not adding to my life, if you're not serving in my life, if you being in my life is not going to help me elevate, baby, you got to go. I don't have time for toxic energy. The month of November is the month of a lot of no's. It's going to be a month of a lot of hell no's. No, baby. No. I'm just at that point like in my life where you either coming or you going, but you can't, if you it's either this or that. There ain't no in between. So like I'm just coming to peace with realizing, okay, if this old friendship don't serve me, I'm letting it go. If this new relationship ain't serving me, I'm letting it go. Anything that doesn't serve me or have my best interest at heart, or it can't get me to where I'm going, it has to leave. It can't stay here. So it's like I'm at peace with God removing and adding right now to people in my life. So, baby, if you got to go, you got to go. You feel me? So, just at peace with a lot of the way that things are. And also, for example, like right now, this is me being open and transparent. I've been in Georgia since April of 2024. And I've had a job. I worked at a corporate office for at least, I think, 2 to 3 months. Y'all, I have not been able to find a job since. So I feel like, and for a long time, I wrestled and got like upset because I couldn't find a job, and still to this day can't find a job. Signed up for plenty of jobs since April to now in different states at that, just to see like, okay, if I get something like this is where I'm gonna go. And I felt all over the place. So for me to get back here, do the same thing again, and not get a job, call harass, email, talk to managers, nothing. And the crazy thing is, I recently put in an application for a job, went there the other day, and they were understaffed and they not hiring anyone. That's that's insane. But you know what? I just came to at peace with the fact that, okay, maybe I'm not gonna say maybe, but with the fact that of being at peace that God does not want me to have a job right now. And it's like, and I've talked to God Himself, and He has talked to me. And it's like, I can't sit here and explain to other people why I don't have a job right now, or why God doesn't want me to work at a job right now. Why? Because God told me. God didn't tell you. God didn't tell my mama. God didn't tell anybody else. God told me. So it's like, right now, you have to be at peace with certain things not working for you, and be at peace with doing things differently, doing things new. Do you not see that I am doing a new thing? So it's just like, you have to do things that are kind of untraditional in the way that God wants you to do them in order to get to where you need to be. So I have to be at peace right now without not having a job. I have to be at peace right now with God making a way for me. I have to be at peace with Him being the head of my life completely, and just surrender. It's hard, baby, because I ain't gonna lie. I like to spend a pretty penny. So it's hard when there are certain things that you can't do. And don't get me wrong, like, I haven't needed for nothing. I haven't needed for nothing. You hear me? And God has made a way. So, but there's still certain things that I cannot do. And it's like, you have to be okay with that. So it's like, okay, how are you going to utilize this time to do what you cannot do? And I'm doing it right now. I'm filming this podcast. I'm not going out. I'm not going to Starbucks. I'm not partying, even though I was partying. I could have not too long ago, but that was because I had visitors. But like, just on a day-to-day basis, I'm not doing any of that. I'm focusing on the gifts that God gave me. I'm doing this podcast. I'm putting back out YouTube videos like I'm supposed to, and it's like, it's helping me shift. Like, I'm shifting, and it's shifting in a good way. It might not be the way that I want it, but I had to surrender of doing things God's way. So I had to be like grateful. I'm very grateful that this is happening, because I've been wanting to do YouTube since I was 14 years old, and my mom wouldn't let me because I wasn't old enough. You feel me? And my mom waited until I turned 18. And when I turned 18, that's when I started doing YouTube. I've been doing YouTube for like 7 years now, and it slowly but surely has had its own pace and its own journey. And I'm just so grateful, because there's such thing as divine timing. But I'm working my way up the ladder, and I'm a lot further than I ever thought I would be, honestly, because baby, I would have quit YouTube a long time ago, because YouTube is not as popular as it used to be when it like first started popping and all that. And when you found out and discovered that you can make a career out of this, and it's kind of hard doing this, and me also having to find peace in doing something untraditional that my family has never ever done. Like, my family don't know what a podcast, I mean, they do know what a podcast is, but they didn't grow up doing podcasts as a job. They didn't grow up putting their life on camera, on the internet as a job, and getting paid for it. This is a untraditional thing. So it's like, again, God is doing a new thing. Everybody is not going to agree with it, but you have to have peace within that. I have to be at peace with my family judging me, friends probably judging me too, and that's okay. Like, you have to have peace with that. And it just gives you the opportunity to see people's true colors, because it's like, and a lot of times people get envious because they can't do that. They have to work a traditional 9 to 5. You feel me? And there's nothing wrong with working a 9 to 5. I'm just saying, for this scenario, like, so just realize that you're blessed, and it's like, be at peace with whatever decision that you make. Find peace within that. And that's another thing I had to realize too. Like, okay, if I did this podcasting and like was really super consistent with my YouTube, what if it does work out? Like, you gotta find peace in that too. Like, what if it does work out? What if you're not having a job right now, and you focusing and doing this and doing the social media thing? Like, what if it works out for you? And it's just like, you don't know until you find peace in your decision. So it's like, I've found peace in my decisions. So yeah, I think that's about it. I'm not gonna make this first episode too long. at all, but I hope y'all get the gist of what the message that I've been trying to put out. And yeah, this is real different from me doing the vlog things because I'm not used to sitting still. I don't usually do sit down videos anymore like I used to. So I'm always up maneuvering, vlogging throughout my day. So like if I seem a little uncomfortable, I am. I have to get used to this, baby. For tuning into my first ever podcast episode. I'm so excited for this, y'all. Y'all just don't understand. Like, it's crazy when you can talk and have ideas of doing things, but when you're actually sitting down and doing it, like, it's like, wow, like you really doing it. You said you were gonna do it. And there's plenty of people that I said, oh, I'm gonna do a podcast, I'm gonna do a podcast. And I had people joking, like, oh, we should do a podcast together. Baby, I ain't doing a podcast with you. I ain't doing a podcast with you. I'm sorry. But when you get down and you actually do it, then it's gonna turn out for the better. And before you know it, baby, I will have studio lights, a studio to film in, or a room to film in with a cute little setup and two cameras and both of my best friends on the podcast with me. You feel me? Like that's how it's gonna be. You just gotta wait for the future to get here, but you gotta start somewhere. So again, find peace in your decision making and start and do whatever it is that God put on your heart to do. So yeah, y'all, I'm gonna end to my first episode. I'm so excited, and I'm gonna end my podcast videos with the same exact message I end with my regular videos, baby. Remember to keep it classy, and I'll see you guys in my next podcast episode. Amen. Amen. Bye.